Good evening. Tonight I will show you how to make yogurt at home. Personally, I like to use my Thermomix to do this. It's a great little piece of kitchen appliance. A bit pricey, but if you can afford it, I highly recommend it. So to make yogurt really easy, you need milk. I use Grand Prix, which is a UHT milk. You can keep it in your cupboards, so you always have it when you need it. You'll need some skim milk powder. Personally, I prefer a thick yogurt, so the skim milk powder is going to make sure that you have a nice, thick, creamy yogurt. And the most important ingredient is you need yogurt. Yeah, so yogurt, in order to make yogurt, you need a culture to start your yogurt. So I keep reusing the same culture over and over again. You can also buy any live cultured plain yogurt at a grocery and use that as a starter. That's how I started my batch initially. So using the Thermomix, I take 1 liter of milk, which is about 1 kilo, just a little bit over 1 kilo. So pour that in the Thermomix. So when you make yogurt, one of the things you want to do is you want to cook the milk to 85 degrees Celsius in order to change the chemical properties of the milk and have it react better with the bacteria. Some people say you don't have to do it, but from trial and error, I find that it's better if you do. So to that, I add about 50 grams of skip milk powder to the mix. And then I set the Thermomix to 8 minutes, which is about as much time it takes it to bring everything to 85 degrees. Set the temperature to 90 because the setting is 80 and 90, so I bring it to 90 and then I stop it and then start the Thermomix at a speed number 3 to mix everything, and I'll leave out and go watch some TV while this is cooking. I'll be back. So the milk is now cooked. As I was saying earlier, we've cooked the milk to modify the molecular properties of the milk, and it's going to make your yogurt's texture different. More creamy, helps the bacteria in it, they're going to grow in it, better digest the milk to make the yogurt. Now, this is about 85 degrees Celsius. It's way too warm to put your live culture in it at this point, so the thing you want to do is let it cool. I'll personally put it in the fridge for about an hour, bring it down to temperature closer to 37 degrees Celsius. So this is now in the fridge, and we'll be taking this point to talk about different methods. Some people will leave the yogurt on the counter in something like in a big blanket to keep it warm. Then you want to be careful not to cool it down too much. Or you can buy a yogurt machine, or if you have a bread raising mode on your stove, you could put it in the bread raising mode at about 85 degrees Fahrenheit to keep your yogurt warm. I strongly advise you, however, to get a yogurt machine. They go for about $40. They're not too expensive. I have two. I have one that makes a 1 liter batch, which I find is not really convenient because you have to go back in the same batch, and I prefer to have small pots. This kit came with 2 size pots, the individual size, and one that's about 2 cups. I make a lot of things with my yogurt cheese, I cook and all that, so what I usually end up doing is make, out of that batch, I'll make 2 cups size yogurt pots, and probably 2 or 3 1 cup size. And then I'll always make sure to keep one to start my next batch. So we'll let this cool, and then we'll come back later to add your yogurt culture to it, mix it, and then pour it back in there. So we'll be back. So now we've waited a little bit, and we let the milk cool down. So I'll put everything back on Thermomix. It's at 37 degrees, it's perfect. I'll go and get a yogurt culture. So I'm going to use a past yogurt that I had made about 5-6 days ago, last weekend. So I'll put that back with the rest of our yogurt. Nice. And then start Thermomix at 4 for about 10 seconds. Just to make sure that your culture is well mixed and all that. In the meantime, I have taken the yogurt machine, which is basically just like something where it's going to keep everything warm. This is done. So you'll see that everything is still pretty liquid at this point. And I just pour it down. So I've set the machine for 10 hours. I like to put it for 12, but we went for a movie tonight, so it's getting a bit late. I do have to get to work tomorrow, and I don't want to sit. I have to sit all day on the counter. So the longer you leave it sit, the firmer the yogurt is going to be. The flavors also develop. So if you like a milder yogurt, you might not want to have it sit as long on the counter. You know, you have to try it for yourself and see what you like. Different people, different tastes. So you'll see that I'm putting these back in there without the covers. You put the covers once the yogurt has finished. So put the cover back on that. This is like a little incubator, and tomorrow morning we'll have a perfect yogurt.